And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. 8:30 here on the West Coast, 11:30 there on the East Coast. I want to put this up here as we were continuing to cover the Donald Trump, Elon Musk one-on-one conversation. Stephen Chung tweeting out that photo of Trump participating in the X space with Musk, saying 2 hours. The conversation still going strong between Trump and Musk. So the conversation lasting well over 2 hours, recounting the experience of the assassination attempt to Musk, talking about the issues like immigration and the economy, foreign policy, Russia and North Korea, and so much more. We do want to hear from our Fox News correspondent friend, Connor Hansen, with a wrap-up of the interview. Of course, we brought you the news that it was plagued by tech issues for about the first 30, 35 minutes or so, and then it got underway. Let's listen to Connor Hansen for more.
People trying to watch a conversation on X between former President Trump and its billionaire CEO were met with errors at its 8 p.m. start time. Elon Musk says there was a massive cyber attack and data issues. The conversation was eventually streamed to a smaller live audience.
As this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say.
The pair immediately diving into Trump's near assassination.
So that was the miracle. That was, for those people that don't believe in God. I'm a believer. Now I'm more of a believer.
The planned unscripted conversation was heavily promoted by both Trump and Musk as Trump tries to pull back momentum from Democrats ahead of their convention. Trump posted a series of campaign videos on his X account leading up to the live stream.
We have a defective government. These are defective people, and they're not people that should be running it.
The live stream already drew scrutiny before it aired. The EU's digital commissioner sent Musk a letter warning against any, quote, amplification of harmful content. And the Harris-Walz campaign said Trump is taking his, quote, backward agenda of hate and division to a Twitter conversation with fellow extremist Elon Musk. While former President Trump has done most of his social media posting on his own platform, Truth Social, his campaign says we can expect to see more of him on other streams and podcasts. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Connor, thanks so much. Well, as you know, we're about to let you listen into some of these moments from the interview, and Trump went on at length recounting his experience of almost being shot to death on live television there at the campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Well, the 1 month mark since that rally, since that shooting, will be tomorrow. And here on Live Now, we'll have extensive coverage talking about where these investigations into the shooting and the shooting's response stand. Remember that the House Bipartisan Task Force looking into the shooting, they have formed, they have met, they have made their first steps today in their probe with letters to both the DHS, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the Secret Service. So you can join us tomorrow for the 1 month anniversary of the Trump shooting. But here is Trump recounting his experience to Musk. Let's watch.
One of the miracles was that nobody ran. I mean, if a gun goes off, the crowd control people showed us this. When guns go off, and it does happen in stadiums at a soccer match or some kind of a match, everybody flees. They call it a stampede, like cattle. But everybody, and a lot of people get killed with those stampedes. We had more people than you'd have at, you know, some of these matches or these games, and nobody left. You know, you had a small group behind us in the grandstand, and that was full. And you look at it as it was taking place, and normally they'd be running. They didn't leave. They saw that I was hurt. They saw a lot of blood, and they saw that I went down. And it's almost like they wanted to be with me. Well, out front, you had thousands, tens of thousands of people. As far as the eye could see, you had people in Butler, as far as the eye could see. And a lot of press, too. There were, you know, many cameras on watching this. It's what makes it so different, because normally things happen that aren't good, but you never have a picture of it. Here we have all these cameras shooting it. So, you know, sort of amazing. But one of the interesting things was that you didn't have anybody flee. You didn't have anybody stampede.
Sure.
Nobody. And there were some people behind me. They stood up and they're looking like, you know, I mean, I'll tell you, you want to have them in a foxhole with you. I want to meet some of those people.
All right, that was one of the really extensive, at-length discussions and descriptions Trump has made of that experience on Saturday, July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. And so we want to show you this next clip, let you listen. Trump recounting to Musk why he wanted to show the crowd that he was okay. Let's listen.
You know, like what I found admirable there was that you can't fake bravery under such circumstances. The courage is instinctual or it is not. It's not a rehearsed action. And so I just want to say that I think a lot of people admire your courage under fire there. And yeah, so
thank you very much. I appreciate it. I didn't think of it. I just wanted to get up and I wanted to stand up. I wanted to let people know, you know, I felt I was good when they were on top of me, covering me, actually, very much covering me and very bravely. But I wanted to get up. I said, I want to get up. And they wanted, you know, they have everything there. They wanted stretcher. I didn't like the stretcher. And I knew I was hit in the ear, but I knew I wasn't hit anywhere else. They felt I was hit someplace else because it was such a lot of blood. And they were sure that I was hit someplace else. And they were saying, sir, you were hit more than the ear. I said, nope, I was hit in the ear. I want to get up. Let me get up. And so I got up, and the crowd didn't know what to think. I mean, this was so many people, and you could see they were confused. They didn't know what to think. And I wanted to let them know I was okay. It was very important for me to let them know that. And they went wild. You've seen the after. They didn't go wild when I got up because they didn't know, was I alive? You really couldn't tell. When I stood up before the hand, before the, you know, the fist in the air, they didn't know if I was alive. Nobody did. And when I put the fist up, they were just relieved and happy and thrilled, and the place went crazy. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It was a terrible thing, but it was
incredibly moving. Yeah.
So there you hear Donald Trump saying something. I don't think we've heard him say that Secret Service agents thought he may have been shot multiple times, not just in the air there. But also we have heard from Trump on Truth Social a couple of weeks back saying that he wants to go back to Butler, Pennsylvania and hold yet another campaign rally on the very site of the assassination attempt. And he explains to Musk why. Let's listen.
What were you about to say about illegal immigration before you were rudely interrupted?
Well, I was going to say how good the numbers were. By the way, we're going back to Butler, and we're going to go back in October. We're all set up, and the people are fantastic in Butler. It's a great area. These are incredible people. Like the three that, in the case of Corey killed, and the other two, the families I got to know them a little bit, and the families are great. But we're going back to Butler. And I think I'll probably start by saying, as I was saying, prior to being so horribly interrupted. But
so rudely interrupted by an assassination attempt.
All right, so some news made there that Trump has picked somewhat of a date for when that might occur sometime in October. Musk and Trump also got into some of the issues as well. You've heard Trump mention many times in his campaign stump speech his desire for the United States to have their own Iron Dome defense system, much like Israel has to thwart and ward off attacks. He explained this idea to Musk. Let's watch.
I think people underrate the risk of World War III, and it's just when you're looking at the risk of global thermonuclear warfare, it's game over for humanity, and it's something that people have, I think, after the end of the Cold War, people have become complacent about, but they actually have forgotten that there are currently a lot of nuclear missiles that have targeting parameters for the United States from 100%. Other countries.
And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to build an Iron Dome over us. Israel has it. We're going to have the best Iron Dome in the world. We need it, and we're going to make it all in the United States. But we're going to have protection. Because it just takes one maniac to, start something. We're going to have protection. And we're going to have, why shouldn't we have an Iron Dome? Israel has one. Some other places have one that nobody even knows about, frankly. but Israel has it. We're going to have an Iron Dome.
All right, and of course, live picture there in Israel right now. Of course, the United States is a major subsidiary of that Iron Dome system as well. We've reported on that extensively. Also, Musk and Trump have been talking in this interview about the issue of the crisis at the southern border, illegal and legal immigration. They got into it in this interview. Let's listen.
There's never been a country in history that has had a catastrophe like this. We've had, I believe, and I think you believe this too, you know, you hear 12 million, 13. I believe it's over 20 million people came into our country, many coming from jails, from prisons, from mental institutions, or a bigger version of that is insane asylums, and many are terrorists. And I'll tell you what, they're coming not just from South America, they're coming from Africa, they're coming from all over the world. They're coming from Asia, they're coming from the Middle East, they're coming from countries that are stupidly and horribly bombing Israel October 7th. They're coming from all over the world. And you know, you look at, it's so sad, October 7th, because it should have never happened. It's so sad when you look at Ukraine. It should have never happened. We have a defective government. These are defective people, and they're not people that should be running it. But where you see it the best is the border, because you have millions of people coming in a month, and then she gets up and she tries to pretend like she's going to do something. She had 3.5 years. And by the way, they have another 5 months that they can do something, but they won't do anything. It's all talk. She's incompetent and he's incompetent. And frankly, I think that she's more incompetent than he is. And that's saying something, because he's not too good.
All right, so I just wanted to show you those 5 clips, let you listen to them, of the interview between Trump and Musk. It lasted over 2 hours. In that clip, though, on immigration, you heard him go after both Biden and Harris. The Harris campaign responding to this interview today in a statement. They say this. They say, our statement on whatever that was. They say Donald Trump's extremism and dangerous Project 2025 agenda is a feature, not a glitch, of his campaign, which was on full display for those unlucky enough to listen in tonight during whatever that was on X.com. Trump's entire campaign is in service of people like Elon Musk and himself, self-obsessed rich guys who will sell out the middle class and who cannot run a live stream in the year 2024. Of course, that reference to the pretty big delay in the start to the interview. Elon Musk alleging that there was some type of cyber attack or intrusion by outside actors as well. So I thought that was particularly interesting. Of course, we saw the same thing happen and unfold when Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was announcing his launch for the presidency back in February of 2023. Same tech delays as well here.